Let's take you live to Tamworth now, where the Daily Telegraph's Bush Summit is getting underway. First, a keynote speech from News Corp Australia's Chief Executive Chairman, and that is Michael Miller.
We are all here today on behalf of the people who live outside our metropolitan areas, putting political and commercial interests aside so we can focus firmly on rural and regional Australia. And New South Wales is just the start. For as announced last year, this Bush Summit is now a national event running over 6 days in every state, featuring the Prime Minister, 3 state premiers, 2 deputy premiers and more than 15 CEOs of major companies. By broadening the scope, national issues, as well as local ones, can now be addressed, discussed and, when needed, solutions found. While regional growth is terrific for local economy, it also presents other challenges around infrastructure, energy, transport, health and education. While there are challenges, there are also opportunities. We have world-class farmers, production, distribution and research facilities, and demand for our products is skyrocketing, particularly from the country's fastest-growing economies, which are located at our doorstep. These are just some of the topics that we raised here, but also at our other Bush Summits taking place over the next week in Rockhampton, Perth, Port Lincoln, Tasmania's Coal River Valley and Wodonga in Victoria. At News Corp Australia, we are committed to ensuring the conversation on rural and regional Australia is ongoing and elevated. As a national event, the Bush Summit will ensure that local initiatives are shared countrywide and any national issues that are surfaced with any barriers at borders are fully understood by all parties. There are many different types of bushes in our country, and local issues are always important. However, there is much that rural and regional Australia have in common. Here in Tamworth, the Regional Council forecasts that this region will grow from 65,000 people today to almost 80,000 by 2041. These are growth rates that are being projected in many other Australian districts. I've been proud to see this summit go from strength to strength and its impact grow year after year. It has inspired action and seen solutions found for problems that are often unique to regional areas. We have lobbied for and secured in New South Wales a regional health minister, the introduction of the right to farm legislation, extended the New South Wales payroll tax to $1 million for regional businesses, new communication towers, $50 million for tourism icon programs, the introduction of the 1050 rule to enable homeowners to create sufficient fire breaks around property in response to the 2019-2020 bushfires, and the list goes on. Thank you to the federal, state and local members from all sides of politics who have invested their time to participate today. It's not only testament to this summit's bipartisan approach, but it also helps ensure agreed outcomes. The fact that the current Prime Minister has attended every Bush Summit also speaks to his commitment to the people of the Bush, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank him for his support. An organisation that embodies the essence of our collective efforts is the spirit of the summit is the Royal Flying Doctor Service. I've always been proud of our partnership with the RFDS, which we announced at last year's summit. Later today, during the Livability panel, you'll hear insights from the service's National Health Report, which was published across our mastheads earlier this week. The summit, now in its 5th year, is driven by News Corp's state mastheads and the Australian. We also thank Sky News, who is broadcasting the events through their Sky News regional channels, and Australia's leading rural masthead, the Weekly Times, who have advocated for regional Australia since 1869. And finally, I'd like to personally thank the Daily Telegraph editor, Ben English, for his passion and vision for this event. It encapsulates both our pioneering spirit and the sharing of blue sky ideas. It is the spirit of the Bush Summit. Please join me in welcoming Ben to the stage. Have a great day.